This is how you make dark circles disappear. The longer the night, the worse the awakening. Puffy eyelids framed by dark shadows greet us in the mirror. Not very pretty. But not problematic either. Our tips against dark circles ensure stunning moments again. 80% of us would actually prefer to avoid looking in the mirror in the morning. Puffy eyes and dark circles under the eyes aren't exactly what people like to look at. They're there anyway, and that's why we have the best tips for tired eyes for you. May I help you? What to do against dark circles and swollen eyelids? Danger of congestion. Prevent swollen eyelids. Better than fighting dark circles and swollen eyes is not letting them develop in the first place. And unfortunately, that has to do with renunciation. Especially on salty food in the late evening. Salty delicacies ensure that water collects in the eye area. A lack of sleep and oxygen, as well as the well-known beauty killers alcohol and nicotine, also inhibit the circulation in the lymphatic channels, and we are already awaited by a heavy awakening the next morning. Therefore, it is better to stay away from sins that are salty, palatable, and lacking in oxygen. Cheer up. Tip against dark circles. If you still can't keep your hands off snacks, cigarettes, and your favorite drink, you can use a simple tip to prevent dark circles from showing you around the next morning. Try to put your head in a slightly elevated position when you sleep so that you don't get too much lymph fluid in the first place can flow into the eye region. It doesn't have to be a big raise. A slightly more lavish pillow is usually sufficient. Keep cool. Let swollen eyelids cool down. Because regret alone doesn't help either, the anti-dark circles program has to be refined the next morning. First tip of the day, put 2 teaspoons in the freezer for about 5 minutes and then on your closed eyes for the same amount of time. The cold has a twofold effect. It supports the swelling down process because the sluggish vessels contract and the microcirculation in the congested cells is stimulated. And it makes the mind fit. The tiredness and the dark circles are then blown away. A calm gaze. Chamomile tea soothes irritated eyes. Whether you have a stomach ache, a cold, lovesickness, or red, irritated and swollen eyes, chamomile tea always helps. The chamomile flower contains active ingredients that relieve inflammation, wrap around the irritated area like an anointing coat, and soothe it noticeably. Take advantage of this care effect. To do this, first steep 2 bags of chamomile tea in warm water, then put the bags in the freezer for about 10 minutes and then on your eyes for about 5 minutes. The combination of cold and chamomile gives you the perspective and of course a beautiful sight. Apply thickly. Cream away dark circles. After the cooling, comes the care. There are eye creams that specialize in relieving swollen, tired eyes. The top active ingredients include extracts from green tea and arnica. They loosen the blood and water congestion in the eye area and thus improve the drainage of congested lymph. Caffeine strengthens the capillaries and softens dark circles under the eyes. Creams with rose scents relax. Also good, brighteners and light scattering particles in various creams ensure that the light is brilliantly reflected and the matte, creased look is eliminated. Important, always dab the cream lightly with your fingertips from the inner to the outer edge of the eye, never the other way around. This prevents the accumulated liquid from draining away and the dark circles under the eyes are a thing of the past. Dark sides, home remedies for dark circles around the eyes. Unfair, but true, dark circles under the eyes often accompany the swelling in the eye area. The shadows, in turn, arise when the blood accumulates in dilated vessels. The blood cells migrate into the connective tissue and shimmer through the thin skin of the eye. Here, too, it is better to be safe than sorry. Therefore, drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water throughout the day. This is the only way to keep the circulation of all bodily fluids going and avoid deposits. If shadows spread anyway, try Grandma's secret trick. Carefully flatten the surface of fresh rose petals with a teaspoon so that the essential oils contained dissolve. Now put the whole thing on your eyes for 10 minutes, enjoy the scent and look forward to the clear view that follows. Disguise and deceive. Cover dark circles with concealer. If shadows and puffiness just won't go away, at least they need to be blurred. A concealer is the ideal magic stick for this. The following applies. The color of the concealer should always be chosen a shade lighter than the skin color. Whether you use a stick, a cream, or a fluid depends on how much you want to conceal. The more liquid the concealer, the more transparent the result. The wrists are ideal as a test area, where the veins shine through. Tip: so that the concealer does not settle, it is essential to first apply some eye cream to the skin. Pick me up, tip for waking up. In order for the view to shine, it is not enough to simply hide dark shadows. You also have to use targeted lighting effects to bring back the radiance. To do this, dab a dab of light, slightly shimmering eyeshadow in nude or creamy white into the inner corners of your eyes and under the highest point of your eyebrows. Highlighters are also specially made for this purpose, which mostly in transparent shimmering colors lay a glossy film on the skin and reflect the light back. Cream-colored kajal, which is drawn on the inside of the lower eyelid, also visually enlivens the look. And if that doesn't help either, use one of the simplest tricks to distract from thick circles under the eyes, just a stunning and wide smile. Best right now. Thank you very much for watching the video.
I hope you liked the video I have prepared for you. If so, it would make me very excited. I do comment and a like, that would encourage me a lot to continue preparing more content. And if you want more useful videos like this, do not forget to subscribe and activate the little bell. Until the next video, have a nice day.